My name is BlueHead. This is installment number 9. Excuse me. I don't have a voice coach or that perfume bottle they spray in their throat. In any case, this is installment number 9 for the independent candidate running for the presidency of the United States on November 6th, 2012. Today marks exactly 4 weeks until November 6th. I want to talk about the media. Being an independent candidate, I have the advantage of switching back and forth between the 3 or 4 major news channels, broadcast on television, on my handheld device, or on my laptop, wherever I happen to be working. And I have the news on in a picture-in-picture 24 hours a day. I just cannot get enough information about what's going on in the world, and in particular what's going on in this country, because I love it so much. Tomorrow, on the 10th, and probably just because I like round numbers, but the 10th, this independent candidacy, this campaign, run exclusively on YouTube, is going to start in earnest. Tomorrow you will hear precisely what the BlueHead administration stands for, what our platform is, what kind of ideology we embrace, and how that may relate to you personally. Tomorrow you will hear exactly how decisive and rational I will be as your commander-in-chief and as the president. Certainly there are many things that we can talk about in platitudes, and the current fistfight or sword fight that's going on the media following the debate last week will not be among those discussions because they're wasting my time and your time. But just for a moment, we should preface the remaining portion of this independent candidacy and campaign with a declaration with respect to the media and how it presents information to the public. I don't want to name the channels specifically at this point. If at some point I'm asked to, I certainly would. But it's clear that 2 or 3 of the main primary news channels that most Americans watch already have their alignment, or at least they report the news with a perspective that represents an alignment with a certain ideology, that being the Democratic ideology. One channel, the Fox News channel, although its claim to fame is fair and balanced, is decidedly completely to the right. I don't find either perspective offensive. I imagine it's got a lot to do with the executive management in these news organizations and what their personal perspectives are. But that's not what they're supposed to do as news organizations. They're supposed to report the news, and they're supposed to do so in an objective way. Well, we don't get objectivity from any one of these channels or these stations. The Fair and Balanced channel, while I enjoy the format and I enjoy the hosts, there are some entertaining, engaging, and articulate folks who deliver information. It's clear that their orientation is conservative, and that's fine, but at least say that. And the same goes for CNN. I said I was going to name organizations. Oops, I missed. It's not so clear to us, the American people, that you're not biased in one direction or another. Now, of course, if I'm an Obama supporter, I've got my choice of 2 or 3 major news stations, and I can hear what you want me to hear as an Obama supporter, and what will compel me to rally around the Democratic ideology. Same goes for the Fair and Balanced channel. As an objective observer, I don't frankly care which way they swing. I don't care what they say with their biased slant. It really doesn't matter. All that matters is what has to be done. And what has to be done is going to require objectivity, decisiveness, and a deep interest in the American people as a whole, Democrats and Republicans. As an independent, and as the independent candidate and the independent administration, we will represent the American people. Not to the right, not to the left, but steady as she goes. Dead ahead. We're going to steam into the seas. We're going to make the sacrifices we have to make. We're going to make the important decisions we have to make. And we're going to do them in a very businesslike, rational, and humane way. We are going to go out of our way to not be hurtful to anyone. But we will also go out of our way to protect our sovereign nation with any means necessary to keep this precious incubator alive and prosperous. So tomorrow, in the 10th installment, you will hear specifically what the BlueHead administration embraces as an ideology for this United States of America.